What if I told you that even if you became a millionaire tomorrow, you still wouldn't be free from the money system? And what if the very thing you think gives you freedom is the same thing quietly controlling your choices every single day? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't just live in the economy lives around you, inside your decisions, inside your stress, inside your future. And escaping it? Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning. Your banking app doesn't open. Your card gets declined. ATMs are offline. Online payments fail. Your money still exists, technically, but you can't touch it. How long before panic sets in? A few hours? A day? Most of us are only days away from financial paralysis if the system stops working. And that's when you realize something important. Your money isn't paper. It isn't coins. It's access. Access granted by a network of banks, governments, servers, and policies. And the moment that access pauses, your life pauses with it. That's the first reason you can't escape this system, because your survival is plugged into it. But it goes deeper than access. Let's talk about how money is actually created. Most people think banks lend out money that other people deposit. That's not really how it works. When a bank approves a loan for a house, a car, a business, it doesn't move existing money from one vault to another. It creates new money, out of thin air, numbers typed into an account. That's how most modern money enters the economy. Through debt, which means almost every dollar in circulation was born because someone agreed to owe it. Think about that. If everyone paid off their loans tomorrow, a massive chunk of the money supply would disappear. The system depends on continuous borrowing. Governments borrow, corporations borrow, individuals borrow. Debt isn't a side effect of the system. It is the system. And that means someone always has to owe something for the machine to keep moving. Usually, it's regular people. Student loans, mortgages, credit cards, car payments. You're not just working to earn money. You're often working to repay money that didn't exist until you signed a contract. And once you're in that cycle, stepping out becomes extremely hard. Now add inflation to the picture. You've felt it. Groceries cost more. Rent goes up. Gas prices spike. But your salary? It moves slower. Inflation happens when the money supply grows faster than real goods and services. Remember how money is created through debt? When more money enters the system, each unit of money becomes slightly less powerful. Not instantly. Gradually, quietly. If you saved $10,000 10 years ago, it's still $10,000 today, but it buys less. And here's the psychological trap. If you keep your money in cash, inflation slowly eats it. So what do? You invest, stocks, real estate, retirement funds. Now your future depends on markets rising, on interest rates, on central bank decisions you don't control. You can't sit still, because standing still means losing purchasing power. So the system pushes you to participate more deeply. You don't escape, you engage. But what if I just go off grid? No credit cards, no loans, no investments. Even then, you're connected. You pay property taxes. You buy supplies affected by global oil prices. You rely on infrastructure funded by public debt. The price of food is shaped by global markets. The cost of materials depends on currency values. Healthcare runs on insurance systems tied to financial markets. Money isn't just cash. It's the operating system of modern civilization. Trying to fully escape it would mean disconnecting from roads, hospitals, supply chains, electricity, from society itself. And most people don't actually want to escape society. They want freedom within it. But here's the twist. The system is built on belief. You believe your paycheck will deposit. Stores believe your card will clear. Banks believe other banks will settle transactions. Countries believe debts will be honored. It's a massive web of trust connecting billions of strangers. That trust is powerful. It allows global trade, instant payments, complex economies. The money paradox, why you can't escape the system. But it also creates dependency, because the more everyone believes in it, the stronger and more unavoidable it becomes. It's self-reinforcing. You use it because everyone else uses it, and everyone else uses it because you do. Now the system is evolving again. Cash is disappearing. Digital payments dominate. And governments are exploring central bank digital currencies. On the surface, this sounds efficient. Faster transactions, lower fraud, better tracking of illegal activity. But digital money has one feature cash doesn't. It's programmable. In theory, money could have conditions, spending limits, time limits, usage categories. Now, that doesn't mean dystopia is guaranteed, But it does mean the infrastructure of money is becoming more centralized and more data-driven. And when access to money equals access to survival, control over money becomes enormous power. Again, not necessarily evil, but undeniably significant. So why will you never escape this money system? Because it isn't just about currency, it's about coordination. Money is how 8 billion people agree on value. It's how strangers cooperate without knowing each other. Without it, global supply chains collapse. Cities struggle to function. Modern life slows down dramatically. The system may feel unfair at times. It may create inequality, stress, pressure. But it also enables innovation, technology, medicine, opportunity. The same system that traps people in debt also builds skyscrapers, funds startups, and connects continents. That's the paradox. You can't fully escape it without losing the benefits it creates. So maybe the real goal isn't escape. Maybe it's awareness. Because once you understand that, money is mostly digital. It's largely created through debt. It slowly loses value through inflation, and it runs on collective belief. You stop seeing it as neutral. You start seeing the structure. And when you see the structure, you make different decisions. You question unnecessary debt. You think long-term about inflation. You diversify instead of blindly trusting one asset. You build skills that hold value beyond currency. You may not be able to leave the system, but you can stop being blindly controlled by it. Because the people who feel most trapped by money are usually the ones who never learned how the machine actually works. You're inside the system. You always will be. The real question is, will you stay unconscious inside it? Or will you learn the rules of the game that quietly shapes your entire life? Because that understanding might be the closest thing to financial freedom that truly exists.